Today's game is a game made by Dodeca Systems, and it's called Hipster. Hipster's a card game, and it's for 2 to 4 players, about 15 half an hour. And basically, you gotta be cool. And being cool means having stuff that nobody else thinks is cool. And in this game, if things become too cool, then they're no longer cool. And that's what's important about Hipster. You play cards, you grab all the things that are cool for now, but if too many people think they're cool, they're not cool.
Hey Michael, you look super cool.
Alright, to set up Hipster, specifically Teenage Wasteland, you got 2 decks. You got stuff that's trending, and you got stuff that's cool for right now. The stuff that's cool for right now might only be cool for a little bit, and if that happens, those cards go away because no one likes stuff that isn't cool. Start by placing 3 cards that are definitely cool right here. Alright? And then you get 5 cards for each player. So if you're playing a 2-player game, you deal out 5 cards for each of those players. After everybody's at their cards and knows what's cool or not, that's when the game begins. In Hipster, you got your trend deck, and you choose your 5 cards. You got 3 different types of cards in your trend deck. Damn the Man, Secret Goals, and What You're Into. Now obviously there's what's cool right now, and what's cool right now is being vegan, artisanal cheese, and what's this one? Tweed. I didn't know that was cool. And if you got any of those that are similar in your hand, you're going to want to place them in front of you. And you can only place 1 a turn, being your what you're into, and you can only have 5 total in front of you. So I happen to have artisanal cheese right in front of me in my hand, and I'm going to go ahead and play it right in front of me. Now you can play secret goals whenever you've acquired those goals, and I'll explain more about that later. Or Damn the Man, you can play 1 a turn, and everybody else can play those as well, and that'll change the rules of the game, but more on that later as well. Alright guys, so I set up the game Hipster for 2 players, and we've got each player that has had their turn already. On my turn, I played my artisanal cheese, and I also played my Damn the Man card. My Damn the Man card basically says if anybody's got a trinket in front of them, they can't win the game. What's a trinket, you ask? Well, that's easy. Artisanal cheese is a culture card, and a sneaker is a fashion card. We've also got things in here. This magazine is a culture card. These headphones are a trinket card. Here's fashion sweater. So they got different titles on all these different cards. And that's how you know what a trinket is, really. Also, at the end of my turn, I went and drew back up to my 5. And then on this guy's turn, he got his being vegan and his canvas sneakers cards in front of them. And he drew up his 5 again too. Now if you notice these cards here, if you have all 3 of these cards in front of you at any point, you win the game. And that's basically how you win the game. You have to have artisanal cheese, being vegan, as well as that tweed there, which I didn't know was cool, like I was saying. Now, also realize that these numbers are actually not what they appear to be, because in a 2-player game, all these numbers turn to 2. And that means if me and my opponent both have the same card in front of us, that card's no longer cool anymore, and you gotta replace it with a new card that is cool right now, like man buns. So, in a 3-player game, if you got 3s there, that's okay, but that 4 would turn into a 3, and all 2s would stay 2s. And in a 4-player game, all numbers are official and valid, and that's the way it should be played. Oh, I forgot to mention, there's these play when you want cards, which means you can play them when you want to. And you can play as many as you want from your hand, and they do certain things like trash culture cards and replace them with what's cool right now. Or they make your opponent discard cards and other cool things like that. But that's basically what the play what you want to cards do anyway. Basically, you continue going throughout the game until one of you, or your opponent, score the winning 3 combinations of cool cards. Provided that, of course, your opponent doesn't have any of the same cards you do. The other secret way to win is called the secret win card or secret goal card. And that basically means that you can win if maybe all of the hipster trend cards in the middle of the board are the same type, or if you have all these certain culture cards, they have a different variation on how you can win with them. For instance, my secret goal over here says Total Chaos. Play this card when any 3 play when you want cards are played in a row to win the game. If another play when you want card is played to stop the win, discard this card. So basically, If you get 3 play to win cards that are played instantaneously on your turn, you can play this card and say, I win. That's because you're so cool, you don't even need to be into what's cool right now. Alright, so it's my turn and I played my final card, being vegan. And of course my opponent has none of the cards that are cool right now, which means that I have all the cool ones, and I win the game. And that's basically how you play Hipster. In case you didn't understand it the first time, let's go ahead and get into my review. So Hipster Teenage Wasteland is published by Cobalt Pulsar and it's utilized with the Dodeca system. Now this game we specifically got has a expansion with the Teenage Wasteland symbol on it, so I'm guessing there's extra cards. There's the 2 decks, you've got the trend cards, and then you've got the what's cool right now cards. And they're pretty solid as far as what being a hipster is all about, I guess. Oh, I'm vegan, or oh, I'm into, the Big Muff headphones, or I like man buns, that kind of stuff. And the way you play the game is obviously trying to play matching cards without your opponents matching them. And if you both match them, the card gets replaced and you find a new card. And you continue until somebody matches. And the interesting thing about the game is that the secret win cards, which you can have a couple in your hand at any point in time, maybe you'll win if all trinkets are laid out on the what's cool right now area, or maybe you'll win if you have only trinkets out in front of you, or any combination of different cards. So that gives a little versatility. The game itself, when I was first looking at the game, I saw Hipster, the title of the game, I just cringed really hard. And that's kind of what I tried to do with you guys. Make you cringe really hard. I wasn't funny, I know. I was cringy and awful. Which is not like this game, actually. Surprisingly, this game is really, really solid. It's really fun, and there's a lot of versatility to it. In fact, with more players, the game gets even better, because you're always watching out to who has what, and how do you want to get this trend out so you can get your other trends that you need. Or maybe you're trying to pair up your cards to get an objective that you're trying to complete without anybody else getting their objectives. Oh shoot, all the fashion cards are out, but your secret objective isn't fashion. Maybe somebody else has that. Well, it can also help you because that fashion card is in front of you, so that would potentially have you win the original way of winning the game, the basic way of winning the game. But, on the other hand, it might help somebody else with their secret objective cards. So you're weighing all of these different possibilities while playing. And it brings a ton of strategy and a ton of thought into this little card game. So, when I originally saw it, like I said, I was just kind of perplexed, and I was reading the rules, and I'm like, it's kind of hard, kind of difficult to read the rules, honestly. And I was getting perturbed away from it. But I'm glad I stuck with it and finished it out. I think the rules definitely need a little bit of a revamping, but the game itself is really, really good. I really enjoyed it. And I think most people, if they can get past the title of the game and what, I guess the theming of it is about, they'll realize that it really works. The theme is put into this game. If it's cool, then it's not cool for hipsters and it has to go. And you gotta find a new way of making what you have that is cool stay cool. And that's basically how you play Hipster. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and check out the rest of our videos here on YouTube. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Also, if you enjoyed Hipster Teenage Wasteland and you think it might be a game for you, go ahead and check out cobaltpulsar.com, and they've got all their games there. Also, if you like more of this type of content, I suggest you go to our website, unfilteredgamer.com, as well as checking out our sponsors and or people who work with us, everythingboardgames.com, and thegiveawaygeek.com. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and once again, we'll see you next time.